How is it going, everybody? Circling up, form the mosh pit. We are here back again with Nene Amano. I know that that name would mean something to you. If you guys saw my previous channel, we touched on this Tenchi's VTuber's original songs before. Very, very talented. She has very, very interesting content. I like her personality. She's very, very cool. And she did a great track a little bit ago with Wataku as the producer, who is one of my favorite producers, and it was really good. So this is a song they came out with a few months ago called "Don't Look Down." They're coming out with another song very, very soon called 3 a.m. I think it's in the next couple days or so. So if you guys want to see my reaction to that after checking out this, let me know in the comments. Link to this will be in the description. Support the people that made this, and that's all I gotta say about that. Ooh. So like Oriental.
It's the way you flew me clear over the gray sky, where the rhythm disappears and every retry. Here you are, and we'll fear goodbye.
So her the tempo at which she's singing is very interesting. It's very, very interesting. But I also love how the instrumental that sounds very oriental with its strings and that kind of thing, it's fading in and out. It's really washed out, but it's kind of fading in and out with coherency. And I feel like there's a couple reasons for that stylistically here. We're up in the clouds, so you know, it's like things are kind of distant. The air pressure is kind of affecting how everything sounds. But it also just gives a very dreamy feel to it. I like that. I hadn't heard much production like that before. So, yeah, so we're kind of talking about that idea of leaning into someone and connecting with them and not letting fear have any effect on you. So it's good stuff.
Where the rhythm disappears.
I also hadn't heard her voice this low before. Normally she's very high pitched. In the next line, she'll kind of go up to her register that I'm more used to. But this is really, really sweet though. It's just cool to always see artists kind of explore different ranges. So
And every retry. Here you are,
there we go. Hello.
we'll fear goodbye.
I feel bad. I forgot about her after I dropped my previous channel.
Where did the ground go?
Nice guitar.
So low when you made me wanna hang my hopes on higher wire. Lift my little hands up to your fire.
Woo, okay.
Overlooked underperforming, who could get it right?
Hey.
Don't look down, eyes on me. While I walk us to where we both wanna be.
Aw, I love that.
When you're sick of all the stiff simplicity, I'm the angel that your colder shoulder needs.
Aw. That's so sweet. There was something about what other, okay. Oh, it just kind of hit. Oh man. I think what kind of got me about that is just, you know, that what kind of hits me about, yep. Here we go, round two. I think what gets me about that is just the you know, how there's just a lot of ways a lot of us sort of bury ourselves in performance. We really bury ourselves in everything, to the point where we just kind of get used to the stiff flow of things, that rigid simplicity like she was talking about. And you don't need that. But a lot of us are so content in sticking with it because after a while it just kind of becomes familiar, even though it's not what makes us happy. Um, and it can worm its way into every facet of your life. There's been plenty of ways where I've kind of had to look back and go, man, I'm really upset for no reason about this thing or that thing. Why? And it's because there's ways that I just kind of locked myself up into thinking, yeah, this is all that you're going to amount to. This is all that you can expect from things. So get used to that. Instead of, no, there's always other ways to improve yourself, improve a relationship, improve your situation in life, improve how you feel about yourself. You know, it doesn't have to be this, if you get hit by something that's hurtful or distressing, that doesn't have to be the end. So I really like this avenue of things.
Can I play a lasting tune all through your airways? There's no try, I've always known we make it someday. Here we are, feel the world fade.
Uh,
Where did the time go?
so yeah, that whole let the worry fade, and then that refrain takes a while. It just kind of rests on that idea, let the worry fade. And we're not going to say anything. And then we go into the chorus. I think that's beautiful because it shows, like, yeah, if you're truly, like, let's just say a relationship, for example. If you're in a relationship where you have this beautiful understanding that we can just rest in each other, it doesn't even have to be anything besides two people just being together. That idea of letting worry fade requires time. It requires dedication and commitment into we're going to just rest in the moment. And it doesn't have to be like, who was it? I don't know if it was Jaden Animations or Let Me Explain Studios, Rebecca Parham, but they were talking about if you're running on 5%, don't just rest for 2 seconds, gain a little bit more strength, and then be like, okay, I'm good. No, actually rest. And I think even in relationships, we can sometimes think that we can't relax really. Like, okay, we'll hang out together and we'll just kind of sit here, and it's like, okay, well now we should go do this or we should go do this. Well, maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe that's not what you need for that day. Maybe for that day you just have to sit and just be like, we're just going to stay here. Just unbothered, allow time to move on because we need this time. So I love that, man. This is let's keep going.
It's at its own store. And how should I know when to hang my head or set my hopes on higher wire?
I also like that idea. Hang my head or set my hopes on higher wire. I just immediately think of a bird, right? Like, high wire of a a telephone pole or something. But also I think it could be like high wire, like literally something suspended between 2 points. And I think that just speaks to like I don't know, it just seems kind of lofty, setting your hopes on something really high up there and grand and maybe a little bit intense. If you're on a high wire, there's a lot of distance between you and the ground. But setting your hope on that is just I don't know, just very interesting idea. You tell me what you think in the comments about higher wire, so that lets me know how many of you watch this.
This little cloud up to your fire.
Okay, so sorry, that's a lore aspect for her. Tenchi is kind of an angel, but then a cloud is part of her character as well. So she was saying holding my little hands up to your fire was one thing, but then also putting this little cloud up to your fire. I like that.
Running under
Nice harmony.
Don't look down, eyes on me.
Nice deep register.
Walk us to where we both wanna be. When you're sick of all that stiff simplicity, and you never trusted what you couldn't see.
Oh my gosh. That's such a good line. It's so deep, though. I know people would be like, trust in what you can't see. Bah! It's just duh. But man, like, how many of us really don't do that? And when I talk about what you can't see, there's a lot of different ways that that comes into play. Not just angels, you know, like if we're sticking to the angel theme and stuff, or something being lofty above you, that higher wire discussion. You can't see it, so is it there? Is it something you can trust in? But also emotions, the things we don't say to each other, or the things that someone might feel about someone, but you know, might not show you an action for it just yet. If someone says I love you, you know how many people don't believe that or trust in it? Because they expect, oh, well, then it should look like this, or you should do this in order for me to believe it. A lot of us are just so hurt if we don't see it, we don't believe that it's there. Now, there can be good reason for that. There's definitely people out there who can hurt us, and you should put your money where your mouth is in anything and be like, yeah, this is really how I feel, so this is my thoughts. But at the same time, man, like, gosh, that's just... It's like there's a lot of things we can trust in that I think we don't because we're just so worried about, you know, getting hurt. So, anyway.
Like a friend who even plays enemy.
Huh.
I'm the angel that you're cold as underneath.
Ooh, that was a nice little slide. I'm the angel that your colder shoulder needs. Ooh, ooh, I love that.
Where did the ground go? Don't let me fly alone. Lately, I just wanna take you with me. Don't look everywhere that can't be found. Don't look. Lately, I just wanna take you with me. Don't look everywhere that can't be found. Don't look down.
Aw, I love that. That's so sweet. I love that. Well, you guys let me know your thoughts in the comments. I don't know if this might be the first song you've heard from this lady, but if it is, let me know in the comments. And like I said, link to this in the description. If you enjoyed this, support the people that made this. And that is all I got to say about that. Thanks so much for watching.